Maybe it don't have to mean
You
nothing.
don't have to know. You just gotta feel it. I know, and I be feeling it when y'all be talking. I be feeling it for real. I be feeling it for real. I just gotta shake extra hard when I ain't like it. I do it for real.
This is an Essence feed, so you
Oh
can't
my
really
God,
ask.
you should just be seeing me at home when I hear lock it. I just gotta keep rewinding it, and then I just be feeling it.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Mignon Show. I want to thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Mignon, and this is my co-host,
James.
We thank you so much for tuning in. So this week we have another awesome show. We have one beautiful author here, and also we have another gorgeous young lady who is a fashion designer, and they are in the studio tonight. But before we get to that, this is the time of our show where we talk about our weekend, James. So how was your weekend?
It was good. I did my homework. I did a big cleanup.
Big cleanup
on my room.
Uh-huh.
But it's kind of good now.
Okay, that's a good weekend. And what else? So you just was in the house this weekend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I met my new cousin, Naomi.
Yes. Yeah, I seen the picture. She's gorgeous.
Right.
Oh, yes. You say right. Yeah, she is adorable. I can't wait until I meet her. She is so pretty. I did see her pictures. Well, my weekend, I didn't do too much of anything. You know I'm going to be in a stage play, right?
Right.
So I'll be debuting this Saturday at the Nanny J. Lee Recreation Center in Alexandria, Virginia. And I'm doing a stage play called The Ties That Bind. So I was in rehearsal basically the whole weekend.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're actually moved into the location where the play is going to be, and it's like really real now. It's happening. So I am excited about that. And you're going to be there this weekend as well, vending, right?
I will be there on Saturday.
Absolutely. And he will definitely have his comic books there. He will have his T-shirts. And also, it's going to be some children there that can also sign a pledge. You can give them one of those blue bracelets, right?
Right.
Absolutely. And so then that leads up to the anti-bullying rally that we're going to have, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you want to be able to tell everybody to come out?
Come out at Costco Park on September 30th.
Absolutely. Starting at 2 p.m.
Yeah, starting at 2 p.m.
Yes, and so we want you to bring all your children out to Costco Park on September the 30th. We are doing, James 3 for Me will be hosting the anti-bullying rally, and also Imani J. So we will definitely have both of these young entrepreneurs out there bringing more awareness and education to bullying. So we want everybody to come out and sign the pledge, right?
Right.
Because we need how many by the end of the year?
20,000.
That's
kids.
right. We need 20,000 kids to sign this anti-bullying pledge. I'm excited.
Right.
So we definitely have to
I
get
am
those
too.
signatures. Yes, we definitely have to get those signatures. Because we know that this is a no bully zone, right?
Right.
Okay. So I know you had some stats for us, so you want to give the first stat out?
Right. So, 70% of school staff have seen bullying. They might have not reported it, but they have seen it. They might have not reported it, but they have seen it.
And that's a very high number for an adult to see something, to have witnessed it. Because we don't know what they do with the information, but just to be able to witness bullying, that means that there's a lot of bullying going on, right?
Right.
Yeah, because I learned last week what you shared. You said that 160,000 teens skip school daily because of bullying.
Right.
Yeah, so if that many children are skipping school and then 70% of the teachers have witnessed that, it's a lot of bullying going on, right?
Right.
And we want to stop that, right?
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Another stat is 67% of students believe that schools respond poorly to bullying.
What do you think about that?
I'd probably say part of that 70%, probably 60 or in the middle of 70.
35?
Yeah, 35. So, half of 70 will, not respond to bullying, and, the other half will.
Gotcha. Okay. I got you with that. So do you believe that the children, as a student in the school when you're being bullied, do you believe that the teachers react poorly to the situation?
I would probably be in the middle of, yes or no. I'd probably be into the maybes section.
Okay. Because sometimes they do react and
Sometimes
follow up.
they don't.
And then sometimes they don't, right? I get you on that. Okay. So they have to do better. Because we want them to be able to respond to bullying all the time and in a manner that's safe for all parties. Right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, we have come to our first break, and we're going to bring our guests up. So we'll be right back. You are watching the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon, and this is my co-host,
James.
And we'll be right back. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Listen. check it out, listen on up, y'all. Now busted, that cat has took away all of his crack, stuck him in a 3x4, and they said they'll be outside the door. So try to escape because you won't get far. The things you done there was against the law. I know your mother told you all about the ups and downs. You did the crime, you got to do the time. Cat in hand used to do smack. Now he does crack, he can't get back. Take him on back, I take him on back, I take him on back, y'all. I'm talking about cat in the hand used to do smack. Now he does crack, he can't get back. Take him away, take him away, take him away. Because cops busted, and that cat had took away all of his crack, stuck him in a 3x4, and they said they'll be outside the door. So don't try to escape because you won't get far. The things you done, it was against the law. I know your mother told you all about the ups and downs. You did the crime, you got to do time. Cat in the hat used to do smack. Now he does crack, you can't get back. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Because the cat in the hat used to do smack. Now he does crack, you can't get back. Because you live in your life in the fast lane. Things get better every day. Now this is what we all. You take a fall, then you find that you can't win at all. Now you try to live the lady life, but things don't seem to turn out right. And now when you went wrong is when you pick up that pipe. And all the little things that you do weren't right. You ain't hardly got enough for back in the book. Now you're running up the hustle, trying to run those shows. You done got yourself a habit, don't know what it's about. So the best alternative is just to chill on out. Because you're busting things up, stick a top, smoking any old thing. Chill out, y'all. Chill out now. Because you're busting things up, starting that cane up, stick a top, smoking any old thing. Put it on down. Get on down, Juju, get busy. Here we go. Get on down, get on down, get on down. Lock it in the pocket, baby. All right, we're gonna warm it up for all of y'all, cause you all come to the party. Yes, we love to see your party when you get together. Get down, baby. Yes, we love to see your party with your body when you're moving all around. Get on down. What y'all say? Tell me again. Can't hear you now. Little bit louder. One more time. I said all together, let's boogie down. Say what y'all. Get down now. Do that stuff, forget it. Make noise, be seen. Party people, let me hear you scream. Make noise, be seen. Party people, let me hear you scream. Make noise, be seen. Party people, let me hear you scream. Make noise, be seen. Party people, let me hear you scream. Get busy one time, y'all. Check it out, everybody say, don't do it, 'cause you got. Gone say we got to keep it up on that good foot, y'all. Everybody say, don't do it, 'cause you got. Gone say we got to keep it up on that good foot. Hey baby, don't do it, 'cause you got. Gone say we got to keep it up on that good foot. Hey baby, don't do it, 'cause you got. Gone say we got to keep it up on that good foot. Hey yo, Mark, get busy one time. Ow, get down to the beat, y'all. I love it. Yeah, that's the way we like it now. Right on, baby, keep on doing what you're doing, 'cause you're looking good. Party, get down. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Lock 'em on up. Do that stuff. You got to do it.
back to the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon, and this is my co-host,
James.
Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, we have our first guest up at the table. We have Miss Khalees Glanville here.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are so welcome. This is 10-year-old Khalees Glanville, and she is a designer. And I know y'all see her with this lovely yellow dress on. That is one of her designs. I'm telling you, we had her on the show before when all of these designs were still on paper. And now she is back in these designs. She has models here, guys. She has models in the studio today. So, but before we start asking you any questions, I'm going to read her bio just to give everybody a little snippet into who she is. So, Khalees Glanville is a 10-year-old girl that loves God, and with God being the center of her life, she started her designs at the age of 2 years old. Khalees always had a desire and a passion for fashion. Being birthed by a mother who always kept her flying, looked and swagged out from head to toe at all times. And the apple does not fall too far from the the apple did not fall too far from the tree. Because Khalees found out herself in her mom's closet every day, dressing up in her mom's clothes and shoes and walking around the house in 6-inch heels. Oh my goodness. So, Khalees,
Yes.
welcome again.
Thank you.
I am so excited for you. You did a fashion show this year, didn't you?
Yep.
How was that?
It was a great experience.
I know you looked so
Like,
cute. You had on
thank
a
you.
real cute pink dress at that fashion show. That was
Yeah.
your debut, right?
Yeah.
How did that feel?
I felt like it was just like a dream come true. Like all my wishes came true. Like I was like very happy and nervous at the same time.
Nervous and happy at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, before we get into some of James's questions, tell us about these beautiful designs that we have up here on the table.
Okay, so that is one of the denim outfits that was worn at the fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
It's a two-piece. It has a jacket. It has a denim jacket where it's short in the front and then long in the back and has a whole bunch of zippers. And then the pants have denim and have zippers on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a leather dress with like a fluff on the top of it. Like, yeah.
Oh, wow. They are really nice. They are really, really nice.
Thank you.
You have done a great job.
Thank you.
One thing I like about her clothing is about that jewel there.
This
That's a
piece
nice
right
jewel.
here?
Jewel.
Oh, yes. That
It's
is
really
gorgeous.
nice.
Thank you.
All sparkly and everything, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely an eye catcher. So, James, you have some questions that you would like to ask Khalees?
Where does your passion come from?
My passion comes from God because He gave me a gift to be a fashion designer and to display my work to the world. And my passion comes from my mom because ever since I was 5 years old, she always dressed me up nicely and made me look cute. And then that's when I started to ask her if she could buy me a lot of dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And then after she bought me a whole bunch of dolls, I started to dress up the dolls like how she dressed up me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started to make doll clothes with the little socks and stuff. And then I have a lot of sketchbooks, which I used to draw my doll clothes in. And that was my passion, to draw clothes.
That is a passion. I tell you, and starting out as early as 2 years old, and thinking about just fashion and having the eye for that at such a young age, yeah. You're doing great, girl. You're
Thank
doing
you.
great.
Your next question is, who is your mentor?
My mentor is my mom because she always pushes me to do better, and she always motivates me and encourages me to go farther than I can be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Next one is, what will you do with your success, if you have one?
I will have stores all across the world, and And I want people to, when they put on my clothes, feel confident about themselves and feel like, you know, I am something. Like, I feel pretty and I am who I am.
Awesome.
Next
I
one
like that.
is probably the opposite of the other question. Are you prepared for rejection?
Yes, I am prepared for rejection because not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody's going to like my work, and not everybody's going to like what I have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I would hold my head up high and keep it moving and have in the back of my head, I could do all things through Christ, which strengthens me.
I know that's right, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Woo. Mm-hmm. Any more? You got another one?
Your last question. What is your... Well, my hidden talent is probably tap dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your hidden talent?
My hidden talent is I love to model, like my clothes, and I love to dance, and I like to sing, but not like that.
So you just like to say some tunes around the house?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what do you like to sing when you're singing?
My favorite song is I Got That by Anthony Brown, Anthony Brown,
Okay.
and Group Therapy.
Oh, okay. So if it was another little girl that's sitting home, maybe like 5 years old, 6 years old, and she's making clothes for her dolls, and she's thinking about she wants to start her own line, because we have a 5-year-old who started her own clothing line
That's
too.
good.
Yeah, she was on here a few weeks ago. Her name is Imani J. And so another little Imani J is at home right now watching you. What would you be able to say to her right now to start her to actually having clothes? You know, maybe she wants to draw, she draws or things like that. Tell her something that she can do right now to get her started.
Never give up. Focus on like your goals, on what you're trying to do with your clothes, and just like don't be like all around the place. Like be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't do that, because you can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you. That's what my mom always tells me.
Good. Thank you for that. So you also have some models in the studio today.
Yes.
And we definitely want you to be able to show those designs off as well. So ladies, can you stand up? And Khalees, can you tell us about these?
Stand up.
You can turn your chair around and tell us about these designs.
Okay. So the first one, I have a metallic, metallic silver jacket with some black and silver metallic pants. And then the next one is kind of like a fitness outfit, but I wouldn't really say it's like a fitness outfit. I have this yellow piece with some black pants with yellow like strides coming down. And then the last one, I have a hoodie where it has pink and silver around it, and then the pants, they have pink and silver on the like side of it.
Pink and silver. So those are nice, and I remember those designs on paper because you was telling us about we can get the different colors at the bottom. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. That is awesome. So if someone wanted to purchase any of these pieces, because I know they have to be custom-made pieces, right? So how can they get in contact with you?
The number that you can use is 240-360-8775. And can I just say something real quick? Ladies, prom is coming up. I think prom's coming up. Yeah, prom is coming up. I think so. Homecoming's coming up. If you want your dresses custom made by me, just call that number and I could get you a dress before homecoming. Everybody would be like, oh my gosh, your dress looks amazing.
Yes, they would. And give them that telephone number out one more time.
240-360-8775. that is the number to contact me.
And also, you know what? I forgot to mention the name of your fashion design. So can you definitely let everybody know the name of your fashion?
My clothing line is called Ashira Rich Girl Trends.
Awesome. Now, also, what about social media? How can they get in contact with you on there?
My Facebook account is, you just put in Ashira, and then you'll see my
And
logo.
let them know how to spell it.
ISHARA. Again, that's ISHARA. Ashira.
Awesome. So we want to thank you so much for being
Of
here
course.
today. And I love you. I love your designs.
Thank you.
And I wish you best this school year.
Thank you.
And if there's anything else that you want to come on and you get a new design or something you want to come and show it all, you can definitely bring it here and show everybody, okay?
Of course.
All right.
And choose your gift.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So also, you would like for her to show the shirt, the T-shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
here you go. Ooh, this is a nice t-shirt.
3 ways to stop a bully.
It looks nice.
And also, James would like for you to be able to sign the No Bullying Pledge while you're here today. That is also in the bag.
That's
And
it.
also a copy of James' comic book. This is his comic book that he just released.
This is my comic book right here.
So that's a signed, autographed copy of that. And we just thank you for being a
This
guest
looks
today.
nice. I remember I made this.
You made You made Be a Boss Not a Bully?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is nice. Thank you.
Welcome.
You're so welcome.
Can I get a pen to sign it?
Yes, we're gonna have you sign it. We're gonna take a break and then we'll come back. Okay. So you are watching the Mignon Show. We're gonna take another break so we can bring out another guest up. So we want to thank you for tuning in. I am your host Mignon, and this is my co-host
James.
and we'll be right back.
Hey, watch out, cause I'm coming for you. Well, baby girl, KK, tell me what you do. I said I come from DC, you can't see me. Hey, Chucky B, let them know what we do. I used to say I would never, not in my days, ever change my ways. Too good at getting away with all them games I played. Smooth walker, slick talker, anything I did. Get out of a jam quicker than MacGyver, you did. Shit, I think I'm sprung now. I seen a dude uptown who makes me want to settle down and have his fun now. He might be the one now. I can't explain it myself. I let my daddy Chuck Brown give you the rundown.
I was driving in my car one day. I saw a sexy lady walk my way. A banging body and a pretty face. So I whispered in her ear and said, I really love your style and your dress so fly, yo. I love to see your pretty face in my show. I've been around the world from London to Chicago, but I ain't never met a girl like you. Shorty, you could look into my eyes. Said she heard I was a crazy guy. A hit and run the Georgie Porgy type. You like to kiss the girls and make them cry. I told her don't believe the hype, cause I'm cool. Enough about me, let's talk about you. I wanna get to know you and make you my boo. It's all on you, baby. And she said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
she said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
and he said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
they said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
you said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
that ain't true.
Chuck, baby, don't give
I
up.
love all of you.
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
You know I do.
Chuck, baby, don't give up. So I shoot a couple of jokes, he laughing, he giggling. Tell by the look in his eyes, he know I'm feeling them. Throw a couple of hints, he act like he can't hear. I say, I'm going to lunch, won't you meet me there? I swear, you will think he on the store in G-Town. He driving a hard bargain while I'm trying to talk him down. Man, you ready or not? I could bring a car around. If not, then let me know so I can go and shop around.
So I asked her if she had a man. She didn't answer, so I asked again. And baby, I ain't trying to force your hand. Baby, I'm just trying to understand why you try to play so hard to get. And my name ain't no Romeo, and you ain't Juliet. She said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
she said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
they said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
you said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
yes I do.
Chuck, baby, don't said Chucky Thompson, so sick with it. Chuck Brown, baby girl, so sick with it. Y'all know that we coming to flow. Say rock and rap before they go. Oh, it's you, baby. Hey, Chucky B, baby. Chucky T, KK. Come on and wind us up. Hey, 'cause we don't give a.
They said, wind me up now. Oh, wind me up now. Come on.
Hey, watch out, 'cause I'm coming for you. Well, baby girl, KK, tell me what you do. I said I come from DC, you can't see me. Hey, Chucky B, let them know what we do. I used to say I would never, not in my days, ever change my ways. Too good at getting away with all them games I played. Smooth walker, slick talker, anything I did. Get out of a jam quicker than MacGyver, you did. Shit, I think I'm sprung now. I seen a dude uptown who makes me want to settle down and have his fun now. He might be the one now. I can't explain it myself. I let my daddy Chuck Brown give you the rundown.
I was driving in my car one day. I saw a sexy lady walk my way. A banging body and a pretty face. So I whispered in her ear and said, I really love your style and your dress so fly, yo. I love to see your pretty face in my show. I've been around the world from London to Chicago, but I ain't never met a girl like you. Shorty took a look into my eyes. Said she heard I was a crazy guy. A hit and run to Georgie Porgy tight. You like to kiss the girls and make them cry. I told her don't believe the hype, 'cause I'm cool. Enough about me, let's talk about you. I wanna get to know you and make you my boo. It's all on you, baby. And she said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
she said,
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
and he said,
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
they said,
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
you said,
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
that ain't true.
A Chuck, baby, don't give
I
up.
love all of you.
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
You know I do.
A Chuck, baby, don't give up. So I shoot a couple of jokes, he laughing, he giggling. Tell by the look in his eyes, he know I'm feeling them. Throw a couple of hints, he act like he can't hear. I say, I'm going to lunch, won't you meet me there? I swear, you will think he on the store in G-Town. He driving a hard bargain while I'm trying to talk him down. Man, you ready or not? I could bring a car around. If not, then let me know so I can go and shop around.
So I asked her if she had a man. She didn't answer, so I asked again. And baby, I ain't trying to force your hand. Baby, I'm just trying to understand why you try to play so hard to get. And my name ain't no Romeo, and you ain't Juliet. She said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
he said,
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
they
A
said,
Chuck, baby, don't give up.
you said,
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
yes I do.
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
That ain't true,
A Chuck,
y'all.
baby, don't give up.
That ain't true.
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
That's the way I feel.
A Chuck, baby, don't give up.
You said, and they said, and he said, everybody said. Well, I'm gonna figure out what's going on here. Everybody's talking about who said, he said, she said. What the hell did you say that for? I didn't say that. You all did. Chuck, baby, don't give up. What? Chuck, baby, don't give up.
I said Chucky Thompson, so sick with it. Chuck Brown, baby girl, so sick with it. Y'all know that we coming to flow. Say rock and rap before they go. Oh, it's you, baby. Hey, Chucky B, baby. Chucky T, KK. Come on and wind us up. Hey, watch out, 'cause I'm coming for you. Well, baby girl, KK, tell me what you do. I said I come from DC, you can't see me. Hey, Chucky B, let them know what we do. I used to say
welcome back to the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon, and this is my co-host,
James.
Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So as you can see, we have our next guest here. We have a beautiful young lady in the studio. Her name is Rihanna Facey, and she is a 9-year-old author of The Cat That Wouldn't Go Away. And this is actually a copy of her book here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to read a little bit about Rihanna, and then we're going to get right into it and ask you some questions. So I thank you for being here.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Look, I'm like you. I don't know what to say either. Sometimes I get a little excited because my guests, I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. What do I want to say? But I thank you for being here. James, you want to say hello?
Hi, Rihanna. Hi, James.
I love the children. I love the children. So let's get right into this. So Rihanna Facey, she's the author of The Cat That Wouldn't Go Away. Rihanna wrote the book when she was 8 years old, which is now she is 9, and she has another book out later this year. The Cat That Wouldn't Go Away was written during a time when Rihanna experienced bullying in school and felt like no one wanted to be her friend. A cat showed up on her porch and became her friend and helped her get through the rest of her school year and summer camps as she faced bullies. Wow. Wow. Another bullying story, right?
Right.
Wow.
At least there's someone else on my team.
Exactly. That's bringing more awareness and education of this, right?
Right.
Oh, so we thank you, Rihanna. This is awesome.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit of what happened during that school year before you wrote the book?
So it was just summer, and I was in 3rd grade, and I was going to camp, and then I was going back to school. And in camp, there was a lot of bullies there that I saw last year in camp, and it really made me feel like I didn't feel good. I felt like I wanted to go in a little ball and just go stay there for a long time.
Wow.
So you felt unsafe?
Yeah, because one time a bully threatened me, and we were on the playground, and it was just the school year, not this school year, but last school year, and they were running towards me on the playground, and this one girl like grabbed me by my neck, and and like she was choking me, and I was just running and stuff, but she kept choking me, and when I told the teacher, she just was still choking me. When I sat on the bench and I was talking to the teacher, she just kept choking me.
And so what did the adult do in that situation?
Like James said, not many teachers are that good at it. Like, they won't do anything. But the teacher that I had, she wouldn't do anything. All she said was, just go inside, and that's all she said.
Wow. Wow. So as we said, that because we know these numbers of teachers that witness it and not knowing what they do with that information, that's why it's so important for us to talk about this, right? Talk about bullying in school so we can be able to change that so all children can feel safe at school. Right?
And I have one more stat.
Okay.
3,002,000 kids are bullied each year.
That's
Wow.
a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids. That's a whole lot of kids.
And speaking of unsafe, I felt unsafe sometimes. Everyone felt unsafe sometimes. Maybe.
So how do you feel safe in those situations?
In those situations, well, I always feel unsafe. Like, I worry a lot. Like, when I'm on a plane, I think it's going to crash. Like, or run out of fuel. So, And it's the same thing like how Titanic happened.
Mm-hmm. So you're always worrying
Right.
when different things is going on.
Especially around the bully.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we know that you feel unsafe around a bully, right?
Right.
So, and we know how you we know how you become safe, and that's by walking away, right?
Telling the teacher.
Telling the adult that's there.
Or the adult can just separate me and I just feel cool.
Mm-hmm. But we always have to feel safe enough where we want to be able to tell an adult what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Rihanna, so when you went through that and you were made to feel like that, and then so one day you go home and you sit down and you just decide that, hey, I'm going to write about this.
No, excuse me. No, it didn't really happen like that, but it actually did and actually didn't sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So when the cat came to my porch, and when I came back from school one day, and my mom told me that there were all of these big cats that were around our porch or the sidewalk, and they jumped towards him and knocked him into the street. And that kind of sounds like bullying to me, like they're the bullies, and I had bullies at school and camp, and it's like I'm the cat,
Mm-hmm.
and with the bullies.
Mm. Okay.
And when I was bullied, I was trapped in the bathroom. There were two other kids in there. I just wanted to be their friend. No harm done. So, and they were doing the harm. I didn't do any harm to them. They did the harm to me. They actually trapped me in the bathroom and kept smacking me all over the place.
They shot you?
Smack.
Oh, smacked.
Mm-hmm. 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 And so that happened to you one day. You were at school and you were in the bathroom and you just were, you thinking that we all cool, we can be friends.
And they're like, no, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And later, since I think I was in 1st grade or kindergarten when that happened,
Mm-hmm.
they're probably around my age. So they got better and not like a bully the other school years. All the other school years except that one. They were just bullying me.
Mm-hmm. And then did they eventually become your friend?
I don't trust them as my friend, but they thought they wanted to be my friend.
Okay.
I didn't really trust them, though.
I wouldn't have trusted them either. So I hope they're watching this broadcast. I hope they're going to get word that Jane was co-hosting a show on YouTube, and that they watch it, and that maybe we could get them to sign the pledge.
Right.
Maybe we can get them that they can say, you know what? I agree that I'm never going to bully again. Because I'm telling you, once people start hearing these stats and knowing that this is what children are dealing with on a daily, they'll want to change that. Right? Mm-hmm. So we have some questions for Rihanna. So let's get these questions answered for her.
1. What inspires you to get out of bed each day?
When I get out of bed each day, I'm so nervous. I'm like, am I right? Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? I keep yelling to myself in my head, am I good? Am I good? Because every day from school, I get bullied sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes I get bullied all the time at school. And I'm like, I need to be straight. Straight. And there's all of these products in the bathroom. I wake up at 7 to go to school,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes I wake up at 6 and then we wait until 7, me and my mom. And at 6, I'm in the bathroom with this hair stuff, and I'm have a toothbrush, and I'm doing up my edges. I'm I need to be straight. And then I have all this Vaseline on my lips, and then I have all this lotion on, and then I'm taking my bath
So you make sure you straight every morning. You're gonna make sure you do it up, right? Okay. Okay.
Your next question is, who is your mentor?
My mom mostly, because my mom is my mentor because whenever I'm like drawing pictures or writing another story, I actually have another story coming out, but we'll try to do that next time. And whenever I'm drawing pictures and stuff, like at school today, the whole class, we were in Miss Thompson's class. She was my reading teacher, and there was a lot of boys that were about 10 and some are 9, and they were all talking, and then Miss Thompson, like, she had this group of people and she let us have these speeches and stuff to get the class working again, and I was the first person to talk, and then it was the rest of my friends, and I said, I came here to learn and not to talk.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
I was the only person there. I was just sitting, just looking around, because we didn't have any work because we couldn't move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all we were doing was just sitting there. I was drawing one picture, and it said learn in a big and bubble letters, and then it said write, read, and math. And then I showed the other people, like I went up to the
What is your favorite subject?
in school.
Mm-hmm.
I like gym, but I really like math a lot.
Okay. He likes math as well, math and science.
I also like gym a little bit.
You do? You like gym, going in?
Every time
Play around.
I went in gym, I got an A in gym.
Me too. That's the best subject. Next to lunch. If they was grading on lunch.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it would be graded for lunch. But
if they graded for lunch, I would have an A.
If they graded for lunch, that would be kind of weird. Really kind of weird. They're grading on people eating and talking.
Yes. We can all do it. Success. Number 3.
My favorite place to write is probably, I sometimes never go to the library though. I just go to my school library. Like, I don't have any free time, so I could just go there and write. I just usually write at home, or sometimes in the kitchen, sometimes in my room, just places like that. So, where is your favorite place to write?
I mostly like writing downstairs. That's mostly where my story kind of started. My mom was at work one day, and they had all these printed papers that were blank, and I would grab some, and there was these staples. I would staple it, then I would put the title and by this person, and then I would write the stories, and I already have 5 I wrote, but they're not published. And really, my favorite place to write is the living room because the couch is comfy. I can get a little blanket or something, bring it downstairs, sit there, get my notebook, and write. It's really comfortable. I like it down there.
Yeah. A nice, comfortable place to just sit and just all your thoughts, you and your thoughts, and writing it down on paper. Before you go to the next question, I just want to ask you something in reference to the book. So, tell us a little bit about the cat in the book. Tell us about that, the cat that wouldn't go away.
So, I actually really like the cat. It started out how I met the cat. How it started out was, it was just coming home from work, and he just got his car a few days ago from that. And then one of the neighbors and her mom and her daughter were going somewhere in their car, and then the cat just was walking on the sidewalk, and then it stopped at our house. I was looking at it, and I was petting it, and my mom was like, stop, and I was like, but I like it. and then I ran back up to the house, and I grabbed this tickle glass thing, and he ran up to the porch, and I was doing this, and he was like upside down, like. And
laying on his back, wanting you to rub his belly.
yeah, and then when I stopped, he was like staring at me, like, do more. And then I was, and then I was like, and then I stopped, and he was like, and then the third time I did that, he was like, he just walked away.
Oh.
But then he came back, and it was all good then.
Awesome. Great story.
One of the most funniest parts, it might seem like it's not funny in there, but can I grab my book? One of the parts of the book is kind of funny. When I was reading it to my class, when I brought it to school this year, it was about 3 days ago or something, I think. And you can see right here, these are, no, neither, that was confusing. And I have my toys, it says, wait a minute, I'm on the wrong page, that was the second one. Okay, I thought the cat was looking for toys, so I ran down and I brought him down toys from my room. That's the toys part, and that's when I was tickling him with the tickle grass. And on the next funny page, I brought him down toys, and he was like, he sniffed them and walked away, like he was like, boring, and then he walked away.
Like he just lost interest in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was really funny to my class. Like everybody was like,
Well,
they were like, yeah.
That is awesome. I got to get that book. I'm going to get your book for my grandson so we can read that to him. That is awesome.
How did you come up with the idea for that book?
So the idea that I came up with to write my book, and you already know I was already writing some books, like I told you. And really, I just thought that making a book about bullying situations and how to solve them sometimes really made me feel good, because there's, like you said, there was like a lot of kids being bullied each day, daily, like one day to the next day, and then there's teenagers skipping school because of bullying. But bullying needs to stop. It's not cool.
Yes,
It does.
it's definitely not cool.
Because if you're bullying, you're just making yourself look crazy.
Yeah, just making yourself looking bad instead of. So all the people who got bullied out there, think you weren't the one who was looking bad. It was the bully's fault.
That's right.
It was the bully's fault. They were the ones looking bad.
Yeah.
You just don't have to care about anything. Just walk till the nearest adult, teacher, or parent or guardian.
Absolutely. And that's why that's why it's so important for us to do this anti-bullying rally on September the 30th. Because we want the parents to bring all their children out there, all school-age children, come out and sign the pledge saying that bullying ends with you and that you will no longer bully. Or even if you are being bullied and maybe you're not saying anything, but just to let you know that it will never get better until you speak about it and tell someone. It will never get better. So we definitely want to thank you, Rihanna. Thank you so much for your book. And we wish you so much success with your future book and also in school. And if there's anything else, like when your next book come out, definitely you can give me a call or shoot me an email, and we can be able to bring you on here to show your next book, okay? Thank you so much.
Speaking of something else, I got something else.
Okay.
I got one more question and this gift. And you show off the t-shirt.
Thank you, James. I'm actually going to wear this shirt tomorrow at school to show people.
Awesome! Yes!
That shirt was made by me.
Even though I'm supposed to wear my uniform, I'm pretty sure the teachers are going to appreciate this. Like, the teachers are going to be clapping up like.
Oh, wow. So what we're going to do real quick, we're going to bring Khalees back up real quick. Come on up, Khalees.
Right before,
Maybe you can stand on this side because you got
right-
your bullying pledge.
Just right before, just one more question. Or never
I want
mind.
to sign mine.
Okay, so you have yours. Okay, so James, tell them what to do.
You both have to read the pledge on one.
I pledge to be.
I said on one.
So go ahead. You want to count down?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I pledge to be bully free and to report any bullying I see. We are all different. I do agree, but I pledge to treat everyone fairly. Loving myself, that is the key. Being myself is loving courageously. I pledge to guarantee that future bullying ends with me.
Awesome. Awesome. So we have 2 more pledges. Thank you so much. So you guys.
2 more pledges each Monday.
I know. I know. Yeah.
Yes, Mom.
So we're going to have them to sign them and date them. And then also, you can be able to, you guys can go to James' website. He's going to give you the information. You can go and check your name. So before we end, we would like for you, Rian, to tell our guests how they can get in contact with you to be able to purchase your book, your website, or your social media.
So I have a Facebook, an Instagram, and the phone number. Oh yeah, and my name. Yeah, my name. And if you need an illustrator, you can talk to Noah Ray.
Awesome.
And Mommy, don't you have cards for him? I mean,
It's okay. It's okay. What is your Instagram name?
Rihanna Facey, and you can also go to Taiwana Gardner, because that's hers and mine's, and it's like together.
A team.
Yeah,
Yes.
like she controls mine. So
Okay.
whenever there's a message on hers, I can get it. And on my book, you can get it in Amazon, and you can now read it for free if you're a kid at Red Clover Reader. And you can also go buy it at my website, thecatthatwouldn'tgoaway.com. And yeah, and one more thing, you can also see me at the end of this month at the Baltimore Book Festival, and you can see me there and you can buy some books.
Awesome.
And yeah, so I'll see you there if you're coming.
Yes.
Okay. And my social media is one more question. Okay. There's no more questions for the rest of the show. So my Instagram is Geek Society 3 for Me. My website is www.iii4meinc.com. My books are on Amazon and Kindle.
Awesome.
And my Facebook is III space for space me.
So real quick, what is your hidden talent?
My hidden talent is to dance. I like to dance at my church sometimes, and I'm actually signing back up to dance over there. And I also do gymnastics, and I like to make slime.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we want to thank our guests again. We want to thank Khalees Glanfield for coming in. We also want to thank Rihanna Facey and also my celebrity co-host, James Collier III. I am your host, Mignon Brown Anderson. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at MBA Speak. This has been another awesome show. We'll be back next Monday at 6 p.m. and James will be back. So thank you again for watching. God bless and good night.
See you next week.